welcome David Graham up here. And David is going to say a few words and introduce our special guest who is lurking online. I think he's lurking online, yes.
Yeah, I'm lurking.
So David, if you want to do your bit, and then I'm going to come back and do a technology.
I know that you're trying to put that screen down the whole time. Thank you, Christy. That's always fun. I like it. And thanks for everybody coming, including some of our artists. Carol Emmons, Christine Style, Mink Yu, and who else? Marjorie, Mao, and Karen Stewart. Thanks for coming. So I've got this brand new book coming out. Just we were Ed and I were talking about, you know, the speed of publication and how their book is taking forever. I thought mine was taking forever, which was, it was supposed to come out in September, and then they said November, or no, then they said October, then it was December, and eventually January. And I got this, among other copies, in the beginning of April, so which was not long ago. So anyway, you'll notice that it's a wonderful book. It's from Italy, and Bill Hunt, William M. Hunt, wrote the foreword to the book, and we have him to visit with us tonight. Bill is a Renaissance man and very loquacious, very funny, very outrageous sometimes, a curator, a gallerist, and a collector. And I have this book of his called The Unseen Eye. It's published by Aperture in New York City. And it's a wonderful book about his collection. This is his entire collection of photographs. And why is there a Post-it on this one?
Oh my God.
That is mine. And I feel honored that there is a photograph of Bill himself. So with that, I'm about to turn it over to Bill, and we're going to chat, and he's going to talk to you. And if you're familiar with Zooms, you'll know that Terry, the technical mistress, is about to pin him.
I'm gonna unpin us. Okay.
Excellent.
So good. So far.
And now you get to spend the evening with Bill.
So, Bill, can we just hear you for a second? No. Oh, you are pranking me again.
I am cranking you again. Hello, folks. How are you? Terry has told me to make my head look as big as possible. So I told her that my head does not get any bigger. It's pretty big anyway, but I'll try to behave.
Haven't behaved.
Oh dear, just a second, just a second.
1 second.
1 second, 1 second. Oh, I was just trying to get him on the speaker. I've got that spinning beach ball thing going.
Okay.
I've got that spinning beach ball
This
thing
is
going.
great. This
Oh,
looks like I'm giving a talk at a nursing home because you're all masked. That's why. That's all.
Okay, now we've got you on a slightly better speaker, I think.
Okay, that's good. Are we on the Bluetooth now or whatever?
Yeah, we're on the Bluetooth now.
Oh, geez. We're home free. I guess I'm not answering questions. I should take the ball and run with it. I heart David Graham. I've known David Graham for many years. I have no idea how we ever met.
I do. I know how we met.
How'd we meet?
I'll tell you. You called me out of the blue and asked me if I wanted to go to the Andreas Gursky opening at the Museum of Modern Art.
Did we know each other?
Not really.
What a funny invite. Did we go?
We did.
Did we have a good time?
We had a great time.
We have a good time together. I'm going to share something with you that maybe you have a copy of, but I printed it out today. So David used to live in Philadelphia and I live in New York City. And so periodically I would summon him to come to New York to please me, because I would always have a very satisfying, art-filled day with my friend David Graham. One day we went to see a Richard Serra show at the Gagosian Gallery. I should offer that we are very badly behaved when we are together. And he took this picture of me, which is me smiling in my sort of Jack Nicholson fashion with the Richard Serra sculpture behind me. And I look at this photograph sometimes because I do think this is about the happiest I get. I think it was somebody's birthday, yours or mine.
Well, your birthday is the day, 2 days before mine. I believe it's the
9th.
9th. That's it. And I'm the 11th of October.
So maybe we were there on the 10th.
Yes, I know we were there on the 10th.
Oh my God, oh my
And
God,
it's
oh my God.
Ed's birthday too.
Oh, it's, you know, you gotta love, just a sidebar here, you've got to love someone who can still use air sets in a paragraph. That made my day. I'm just saying. So David Graham, I think is a very wonderful American artist. Well, I don't have to say American. I think he's a great artist who is American and capable of doing some now iconic photographs of the American road. He's, I've written about David a number of times. I tend to repeat myself in all of these essays, so just read the one in the book and you'll get the gist of where I'm coming from. I think that David gets in the car and drives down the road and he sees more than most anyone, and he stops. The thing that is quite distinctive about David's work is that these are not drive-by pictures. By the time he gets that big ass 8x10 camera out of a truck or whatever and gets all set up to go, the parade is, for other people would have gone, he manages to keep the parade in place. And I have a lot of respect for that. And it seems like it might be quick, but it's very slow and very considered. He has a maniacally great sense of humor, but he just sees really, really well. So are you going to ask me questions, David, or just keep vamping like this?
We do like you vamping.
Can I read do you want me to read your Guggenheim application to them?
No, as a matter of fact, I don't. But you can read a bit. That would be okay.
So I actually pulled some stuff up because you said some, I don't know why they haven't given you 18 Guggenheims. This is, you know, the irony of this is now that you're in Wisconsin, you'll probably get one because they really have a lot of respect for people who move away from large urban areas. You want to move to like Cody, Wyoming, and then they just keep giving them to you. So here's what you wrote about: you want to respond to hurricanes and the attendant flooding as it happens, revealing the strength of the natural world, the fragility of human efforts, and the resilience of the people who live in our changing times, while bringing needed attention to our plight. If this is the saddest damn thing I ever read, if we don't address climate change seriously and soon. How'd that work out for you, David?
Ah, well, you know, gotta try again.
But, you know, one piece of advice would be to not use me as a reference. But a couple of my people, I've written successful Guggenheim references, so keep the faith. I was going to read something else. So I will talk about a little epiphany I had at David's, with David's blessing. I was doing this surreal gig out in Arizona, and I'd gone to the Grand Canyon in the winter. Nobody goes to the Grand Canyon in the winter. It really is like The Shining, very strange. And so I was driving from the Grand Canyon to Phoenix to give a talk. And I'm just riding along. I was in the passenger seat, and we drove by David's Rock. I was like, oh my God, this just was mind-blowing 2 minutes. Stop the car, stop the car. And one of David's most celebrated, at least by me, photographs is a photograph of a large rock, and on it someone painted, "Bring the camera." Oh my God, do we have a copy of it right here? This is amazing.
There it is, sports fans. A big rock that says, "Bring the camera." And you can imagine right now you're sitting in the seat of a car, Bill Hunt.
So I jumped out of the car, and I just couldn't believe it. It was there, and it was older and weather beaten. And it just reminded me of this great strength in David's work. And it was really wonderful. It was like this great sort of romantic climax to something. I really just can't think of anything but sex ever. I apologize.
Not kidding.
So I will say that, quite different from this, my favorite David Graham project, which I think really reveals a lot about David. He did a project in Maine about this couple's house. They told the story of this long married couple through the interiors and notes that they had left for each other. There's this wonderful note that is heartbreaking and life affirming and everything. It's about this couple that lived on this lonely island off the coast of Maine, and it's the Chekhovian moment in David Graham, but I really do think it's your heartbeat, and you're really, unfortunately, it's your inner Dave. God, my head is big. I'm looking at my head bobbing in the center of the screen, trying to fulfill the mission here. So what are you doing now, David? What are you up to? What's your work? What photographs can we look forward to in your next Italian book?
Well, interestingly, I got a box from LTI, which is down on 30th Street in Manhattan. I got it today. It was a box of 17 8x10 pieces of film that had been developed. And I squeezed it, I brought it back here as we're just getting ready for this. I ran into the darkroom, turned on a light box, and looked through without Terry knowing, taking the time to looking at each negative. And they were all pictures, well, except for 2, from Wisconsin, because they're new roads. And I could go to Denmark, Luxembourg. It was amazing. It was like going all over the world just to take these pictures. Poland, went to Poland. Where else?
Berlin.
Belgium, I went to Belgium. Berlin. Berlin, they call it out here. I call it Deutschland.
But do you find that when you look at these places in Europe that you see American things?
Well, I'm just kidding. It's because when people came from Europe, they brought the names of their countries with them and named towns. So and Brussels, right? Did we miss Brussels? Yeah, Brussels. I have a bit of a problem with European countries when I go there, just because, they're so pretty. They've got everything. And they don't have any pickup trucks. Do you know how many pickup trucks I've photographed? And the other day, I took a picture of a photograph of a F-150 that was red, and then a bright green Mustang that was on a trailer behind it. And I thought I died and gone to heaven because it had, and then it had a sign in the distance that said, it wasn't Manitowoc, but it was something like that.
Money?
No, it began with a W, or no, an M. Michigan. Thank you. Christine Stiles, she really knows her stuff. So anyway, I've been photographing all these places.
I've just had this fantasy that there'll be something in the, because photographers tend to live to be like Jerry Ullsman, like 118 or however old he was. I just have this fantasy that I can look in the Times. David Graham, photographer, 101, crushed by color truck. That would be the way to go, to have some big paint wheel crush you. And so that would be a happy resolution to it, wouldn't?
Right, right. I could be like, who was that, the coyote that was squashed all the time? I could be like
Wile E.
that.
Coyote.
Wile E. Coyote, thank you very much. So anyway, I'm thinking, don't tell these people, I could own this place. I could have my own definition of it just through these pictures. Anyway, I love it.
So I liked a story you told me today, that you go for walks in the woods, and I was skeptical because I said, why would you go for a walk in the woods? Because they don't have any signs. How will you know where you're in David Graham land? And you said, oh, no. They have signs, they have arrows. I love a good arrow sign. So, because I'm always looking for, messages from the other side, go this way, go this way. But so I was going to read my little thing about your signs, but also in the book, I was looking for pictures that were new to me. And I have a real fetish for road pictures. I just love road pictures as a typology. And you have a road picture that I'd never seen. I think this is great that other people have these roads that go off into they're like these vectors off into the great sort of unknown, or there's a guy named McNair Evans who has a great road picture that goes around a tree and just makes a circle. Yours just ends. It's just like, it goes like halfway back the frame, and then it's not no more road. So I do not think that's your spirit. That is not the essence of you, but you made the photograph and put it in the damn book, so good for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Here's another thing I wrote because I like reading my stuff. Here we go. David Graham. Graham loves signs and murals. : really, really good. Bring the camera. Buy now, pay later. Hand car wash. I think that is so bizarre. Whatever I know what a hand car wash is, but it seems like, anyway. Almost paradise. Good luck. These are messages left for him to read on the side of the road. Graham brings a wicked and hearty sense of humor to his practice. Photographers have practices, like doctors. I think that's just great. They didn't have practices until like 10 years ago. Now they all have practices. That's not an essay. I got distracted. Sorry. He brings a sense of humor to his practice. He sees funny. He sees irony. He sees the irony, the illogical, and the crazy balance. Grown Shriners and kitty cars, a burger that ate LA, Elvis. These images are sweetly, surreally ludicrous. That's you.
Great. Thank you very much.
That's it? I'm done? I'm released. I'm released.
Bill, tell them all to buy a book and I'll sign it.
Here's a question that it's been on my mind for quite a while, since like last October when you promised me the book was coming. Now that there are copies of the book in the United States, I know how I got my copy because I made you send the damn thing to me. How would other people secure a copy of this incredibly? It's just the best book, David.
Thanks. They
You
could
get a
walk,
discount?
they could walk to the back of the room and there are copies and copies of the other books that have been discounted.
Oh my goodness.
Just to show these Wisconians that I'm with them. I'm there.
Oh, I don't think they have any sense of what has landed in that town. I would like to offer that I'm just so happy that you found Terry and that you're married and having a good go of it. She left the room when I said that. So let's give them, here's to happiness. Okay, so
Thank you,
am I
Bill.
done? Am I gone? Am I out of here?
You're done.
Thank
And we
you.
all thank you.
Nice to meet you all, and I'll come see you in person someday. Bye.
Oh, shucks, thanks.
Okay, and thank you, everybody. So do you want to take any formal questions, or do you want to just be loose?
If there are questions right now, somebody must lunge into the air. I'd be glad to answer